are serious problems. I myself have questions. I don't have the answers. But like any normal citizen of Nigeria, the same questions you raised are questions that I have. Because we are not empowered as citizens in this country, we have problems holding our governments to account. We have problems enforcing the transparency of governance. It's only when maybe the National Assembly, summons government officials that you kind of see answers to certain questions. But the citizens themselves are not able to compel the government, which is what should be the case in democracies, to answer questions directly to them. And this should change. The reason is because the citizens of Nigeria are very docile. They're not as, as forceful as they should be in demanding, their political and governance rights. That should begin to change, and that should change from 2019. There is a certain awareness that is developing, and people say, okay, 2019 we will do this and do that. But in between elections, accountability must continue. Accountability must continue. We don't have to wait for electoral cycles only as a way of, So I do have questions too, really, about how the economy is being managed. And then, of course, you have the problem that still 70 to 90% of the budget still goes to recurrent expenditure. And that even the sums that are voted for capital expenditure perennially have underperformed over the last 2-3 years. Every citizen should be interested in politics. One of the reasons that bad governance has reigned in Nigeria is because of our political apathy, because of our tendency to walk away from politics and look at it as just a game for politicians and say we're not interested. Meanwhile, it affects our lives every day. It affects the future of our children, all too often negatively. So that's my first answer to the question. So as a citizen, I am involved, increasingly involved and conscious politically, because I've come to recognize that economic, technocratic discourse alone, without politics, cannot solve the problem, because the ultimate decisions are made by political leaders who are elected by elections. So therefore, elections matter. So that is the broad answer. Specific answer, I will say to you that I am considering options for my future. I have not made a decision, and when I make, a final decision at what options I want to follow, I will make that known publicly.